I'm enjoying this moment very much.
I know it sounds like foolishness. I've always ridiculed it as foolishness, but I've never wanted to look. Well, attractive for a man.
No, I thought you had more dignity than that.
Well, if you want him as a man, you must treat him like a man by behaving like a woman.
What?
Well, ornament your hair, burn your old wardrobe.
Burn, Thomas.
Oh, Georgiana, there is something hidden up in you, something none of us have seen. It's there. Let it out. You just have to help it, that's all.
Do you really think so?
Absolutely.
But I never expected that I were to feel such, that I would be,
Yes?
well, frightened.
Yes.
Where does fear play into matters of the heart?
Welcome to your first taste of humility, my dear. Celebrate it. Oh, Georgiana. Dear Georgie. What?
Well, it is ironic. I always thought you the fool of the family. Yet you turned out to be the wisest of us all.
Oh, now do be careful with that. It is our little secret. The disguise of the fool is a convenient device. And I'm not likely to part with it. And get you.
What is it about that dress you don't like, miss? If it's the colour.
It's not the colour, there's too much lace.
But what if you were to take off the lace?
No, it just won't do. I won't be made up like one of these dolls, you understand. You have some dignity.
Well, that I can see, miss. Yes, of course it is. And the one in green. Yes. Now this one's a bit plain.
Yes, it is plainer, too plain, something else.
Yes, of course, miss. Bring the one over with the train, yes.
No, that one's an abomination, no.
The one next to it, then.
Certainly not.
Of course, miss. There are two more. Bring them both for Anna. Yes.
That one is unbearable. But that one, well, I like that one.
Excellent choice, then.
The
Miss.
colours are terrible. Can you change a brown to blue and grey?
Oh, yes, miss.
Well, I should hope so.
I know you get the measuring equipment. Come as I, and we can measure you.
Mr. Lockhart is here to see you, Miss Georgiana.
Hello! Sorry to barge in, but, well, I'm barging in.
Oh, Stephen, I wasn't expecting you for another hour.
Yes, I didn't intend to be so early. Mary tried to stop me, but that only intrigued me more. Why, I'm stumped. Are you buying gifts for children?
Well, not exactly. Perhaps it's best just to say.
It's
for Catherine!
Yes.
These are dressmakers who have come here to show me the designs for a birthday present I'm having made for her. I'm sorry to spoil the surprise for you, my dear.
A birthday present for me?
Why, of course, my dear sister. Now, why don't you come over here? Come here, son. Well, at least you take a measurement.
Hush, Miss Johnson,
Can be quiet? Don't you know the birthday's not for another 6 months? Yes, but the dress isn't for you. I don't want Stephen to know it's mine till the ball.
I'm still looking forward to it.
Dressmakers. Now, Stephen, before we get to your periodical, tell me what you think of these.
Very pretty dolls.
No, the dresses.
Oh, yes.
Which one is your favourite?
I like the blue and yellow one.
Of course, the most sporty. This doesn't concern you, Catherine. So, which would be your choice?
This one.
That one.
Yes, it's remarkable. It's modest. It has an elegant sense of grace in its design. It's a beautiful piece of craftsmanship.
Oh.
Thank you, sir.
Now, there are others. What do you think of this one?
It's rather severe.
Severe.
Yes, whereas its elegance, its softness, whereas its beauty.
It has strength.
Strong. For Catherine. She's a pretty girl who should have a pretty dress.
Oh, absolutely adore being measured. Shows me something scouting.
Mr. Darrell Fredericks.
Good evening, beautiful Miss Catherine. Good evening, frightful Georgiana. Are you revisiting your childhood?
I am certainly
And
not.
these two young women, are they your playmates? Rather rough additions to your social circle, if you ask me.
My relationship is purely professional with these two. They are making Catherine a dress for the ball we are having.
Yes, I'm sure Catherine told you that I will be attending.
That is quite all right. I will not notice you. We'll seat you right behind the orchestra.
It is true. You are no respecter of persons.
Repent! Repent! Repent, ye wicked sinners, ye vile men and women of Babylon! Know ye not the day shall come when the very earth shall shake to and fro like a drunken man? Oh, repent! Repent! Repent!
What on earth?
What sort of bizarre thing have you got yourself involved in now?
But today I found religion. Most entertaining. I'll show you. Mary,
Yes, sir.
can you bring in the gentleman at the door, please?
Yes, sir.
You didn't.
I brought the religion home with me.
Mr. Brigham.
For my dear friends and family, please welcome Mr. Brigham Young and Mr. John Taylor. Real apostles from America. Now they just followed me home. Can I keep them?
This must be a joke.
But I think it's a rather novel trait. No, but you find them very serious, I do believe. Latter-day Saints, they call themselves. No, I just stumbled upon them merely and opened them like Pandora's box.
Not Pandora's box, sir. We have something much better to offer the world. We have the truth.
The truth. They have the truth, and I'm sure you'll sell it to us at a discount.
Oh, well, I was just walking absent-mindedly when I heard Mr. Brigham's strong accent. And I stopped to discover a whole crowd had gathered around him to hear him preach about Jesus, and angels and scriptures and full of love. Well, afterwards, if you can imagine, they told me to repent and be baptized right on the spot, without any water in sight. And I even bought a book off there.
And that doesn't explain why you brought them here.
Well, I told them that if they were brave enough, they could have a whole house full of infidels to preach to. And here you are. Introductions, right. These are my dear sisters, Catherine and Georgiana Highett, Mr. Stephen Lockhart, and Mr. Darrell Fredericks.
It's a pleasure. Nice to meet you folks.
Actually, I'm already well acquainted with Mr. Young and Mrs. Taylor.
Oh, why, Darrell, have you had a visit from an angel?
A self-proclaimed agnostic like myself, Thomas. Hardly. But I dare say I'm friends with these two gentlemen.
Yes, we've met, Mr. Fredericks.
Oh, you don't speak much like American, Mr. Taylor.
Unlike Brother Brigham, I was born in England. And who are these two young ladies?
Oh, don't fret yourself. They're just a couple of dressmakers.
Even dressmakers have names, do they not? I'm John Taylor.
Yes, oh no, I'm Esther Whitefield, and this is my sister Anna.
And you are, ma'am.
Just one of the servants, sir.
What a coincidence. I'm a servant myself. I serve God.
Well then, sir, you might say that I serve Mammon.
It's not too late to switch sides, you know.
My name's Mary, sir.
Excuse me, gentlemen, but is it some sort of strange American custom to mingle with the hired help while neglecting your host?
It doesn't surprise me that religion does so well over there in your rough country, Mr. Young. Why, the ignorant are always looking for another barrel to keep their superstitions afloat. Our intelligence, science, and noble philosophy are expected in England.
Philosophy. Fried froth.
Pardon me.
In Paris, they have a sort of exceedingly light cake. It is so light, you could eat all day of it. It is, you could blow it away in one breath. Somebody asked me what the name of it was, and I said, I don't know the proper name, but in the absence of one, I can give it one. I call it fried froth, or the philosophies of men.
Oh, and you are so substantial.
Ma'am, we carry God's truth restored.
Oh, yes, yes. To make it short, an angel visited a young man who led him to an ancient record which he translated by the power of God. So, thank you very, very much, gentlemen.
What do you think we are, gentlemen? Fairy tales are to children, not us.
Do you not believe in God, miss?
I believe in myself. Whether there is a God or not, it doesn't much concern me.
There are greater truths out there than you know.
Where's your proof, sir? It's all just a story to me, a crafted invention. You are talking to a writer, a man who knows how to create believable stories.
So you like stories? Well, I have a story for you.
Once upon a time, there was a farmer who bought a plot of land in a foreign country, far away from civilization. A man came up to him selling seeds, saying, "These seeds will sustain your life." The farmer asked, "How can I trust you? How can I trust these seeds will do what you tell me they will do?"
And how did he answer, Rabbi?
The man said, "You don't have to trust me. Here, eat the fruit that is produced by that seed." The farmer asked, "How do I know the fruit is not poison?" The man said, "Trust me." The farmer said, "I trust proof." Soon enough, having no seeds in the ground and no food in his mouth, the farmer starved and died. Now,
A regular parable right in our own house. Well, thank you very, very much, both of you.
Gentlemen, the converts you will make will be no more than the ignorant, poor classes of England. So, you'll do us a favour if you can export them out of here to your own country.
Now, wait a minute, Georgia.
I'm Mr. Fredericks. You of all people can't possibly be defending these Bible wailers.
Please, Georgia, unlike the rest of you, I have spent time among these gentlemen and their associates. But more importantly, among the class of people they convert, the class of people you have so degraded.
Am I inaccurate in my estimations of their ignorance?
Whatever your prejudices about the labourers are, these people are supporting us. They're the ones building our homes, building our trains and carriages. Many women like Mary here and the two dressmakers literally make the clothes on our backs. If all these men and women go to America, they will build the latter-day saints into a great nation while we moulder and rot. Can you make a dress, Georgia? Can you forge a horseshoe or even cook a feast? Without these lower classes, what are you any good for?
Uh-oh.
Then I would like to thank Thomas's guests for coming, but we shall not detain them any longer.
What? No rebuttal.
I've already explained myself to the preachers, and I feel no inclination to deal with your duplicity. Good evening, Mr. Young. Good evening, Mr. Taylor.
Oh dear!
What is it, Thomas?
Carmen! At the opera! Will you give me that woman, Charlotte Bronte?
Oh, heavens!
Stephen, I've forgotten to ask you. We have an extra seat in the box, and I was hoping that you'd want to come with us.
Now, not you. Some hardly dressed for an opera.
Now, don't worry, Stephen. You can buy something of mine. Oh, wait, Catherine has this lovely scarlet paper that's stunning on you. But
Shrish! You get used to the commotion around here. I'll go get your things.
Governor, thank you for defending us.
Now, Mr. Young, Mr. Taylor, I should like to speak to you about our prior business.
we've already given you our answer, Mr. Fredericks.
Yes, but I don't think you understand the full implications of what I have to offer you. What was that paper of yours? The Apocalyptic Moon.
the Millennial Star.
That's it. Now, let's be frank. You haven't the talent or the know-how to run a successful newspaper. My paper can help you.
We've already come.
I have been thinking about opening a religious section in my newspaper, you know, a place for exploration of faith.
We don't need your help, sir.
You've already excited a great deal of antipathy among the local clergies. But with my major newspaper behind you, that will give you credibility. It wouldn't matter who was against you, for your popularity will be enormous.
Mr. Fredericks, if I now have in my possession sufficient money in cash, I can buy the popularity of the papers, of the publishers, and control the presses. Though I suppose popularity would send us all to hell.
Yet unpopularity will not fill your pews. Let us think practical, Mr. Young.
I'm the most practical man upon this planet, sir. Your Edenbridge Hornet is the sinking ship, not ours.
Whatever do you mean?
We've investigated and you're in the most promising situation, Mr. Fredericks. People don't seem to like the negative and accusatory views in your paper. We'll place ourselves in God's hands. Thank you.
You hustling bullies! I will not be dealt with in this manner.
The very idea.
You have made a very dangerous enemy today, gentlemen.
Mr. Fredericks,
Soon, you shall have a poisonous editorial about your church in the Edenbridge Hornet.
Oh, sir, please. It's just a bit wrench. These are all...
Don't touch me! How dare you take up such liberties?
She has meant you no harm, sir.
Go back to the factories and the gutters. I don't want you. I won't take up your cause.
Hope you have a pleasant day, sir.
Behind the door the whole time.
Oh, shake the silver!
pay no mind to him, ladies.
Well, we know you ain't got better than them with your fine highways. You could betray us too. It's under Mr. Fredericks.
Mr. Fredericks only defended us for flattery to his paper. The Bible teaches us to be wise as serpents and as harmless as doves.
Where are you both headed?
Down the line, sir.
Some dangerous streets between here and there. Might we chaperone you?
Yes, if anyone gives us any troubles, I have this cane here which I call the rascal beater.
It wouldn't be
Has Georgiana been telling you how much of a villain I am?
How can I trust you, Darrell?
How can you trust anyone? There's simply a point when one must have faith.
Oh, you've joined religion, have you?
I preach a different sermon than David.
You're wicked.
And so are you, but you look good at it.
Charmer.
Once I started to investigate your family, I realized what rare treasures you all are.
I thought you were first drawn to me as an individual.
So I am, Catherine, but I'd like to know where I'm standing.
What did you find?
Quite a bit. More than you can imagine.
I don't understand.
All in good time, my dear.
Follow me into the drawing room.
Sure to get another scolding for being with you alone. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, I'd forgotten about the fitting that you had with Catherine.
I don't know where she could be.
Well, Stephen, could you stay here while we go look for
I
her?
can help you look.
I mean, no. Well, you see, she might come in here, and we'll need someone to stay while we look round the estate outside. Which one of you has a measuring tool?
Oh, I did.
Good. Come with me, in case we find Catherine, so we can measure her immediately.
Well, that was strange.
Mr. Lockhart, I really am quite busy. Miss Whitefield, if
Are
you
you
please
leaving
come
here,
with me
Mary?
on situation. What?
You can leave her here.
Are you sure, sir?
What, are you afraid something's going to happen?
Foxes and chickens?
Not me.
Oh, barnyard dog, sir. I'll go about my business.
So have you told her?
About what?
A little scrap in the street.
I happened upon your little street meeting with Mr. Young and Mr. Taylor quite by chance. Our little debate was hardly even of consequence to bring up to anyone.
Well, nothing of consequence, am I, sir? None of us are.
I didn't say that.
But you meant it.
We just inhabit different worlds.
No, Mr. Lockhart, we inhabit the same world. The same continent, the same country, the same city even. And at this very moment, both boards comforters, we even inhabit the same room.
Miss Whitefield, please.
So you're a writer, aren't you?
Why, do you think you've read my books?
No, I can't read.
Well, yes, that would make it quite difficult now, wouldn't it?
Please, sir, don't make fun of me.
I'm sorry, I believe you were trying to drive a point, weren't you?
What do you write about?
What?
Nothing.
You can speak your mind.
Because writers get into people's heads, sir, and that can be a good or bad thing.
Are you afraid that I corrupt everyone?
So the other day, you said we was only talking to Mr. Young and Mr. Taylor because we was poor. Why?
Well, for people in your station are much more likely to reach for religion, while people in my station much more readily recognize the manipulations, the domination, control that those preachers put upon us. We are in a higher class for a reason.
Why, because you was born there.
No, because we stay there. A certain kind of living creates certain individuals. In your realms of society, there are thieves, murderers, drunks, and if I may be indelicate, there are ladies of the night. The morals of your people bring down society.
So perhaps you haven't been among my kind of people much. For recently I've had a chance to be among yours. And you know what I find?
Let's me guess. You think we're all snobs? Posh, eh?
No, sir. That was not what I was going to say. Well, I was going to say that I found some very lovely people. I found that being among a different kind of people helps you understand them. You should judge a person, sir, by the choices they put before them, not the choices that they don't.
Have you thought of going into forensics?
So, I'm not that kind of girl.
No, you've got a sharper mind than I give you credit for. You know, I've enjoyed talking to you.
Sir, is that a compliment?
You've earned it,
Miss Whitefield. Miss Esther Whitefield.
Miss Whitefield. This may sound strange, but may we talk again?
Melissa?
Yes. I've enjoyed our talk. I would like another.
Truly? Oh, I don't know. That would be nice, I guess. Very nice.
Oh my. Oh, she's the other side, I know. Miss Georgiana is coming, so you two better look less comfortable with each other.
I'm sorry, Miss Whitesfield, but your sister and I weren't able to find Catherine. You'll just have to come another day.
As you wish, Miss Hyatt.
Good day. Now, Stephen, finally we can get to your story. Let's start where we left off.
What? Sorry, what?
Your story. We went into your story.
Yes, that.
Now, Stephen, it continues to show wonderful promise. Why, you've proven yourself rather profound, you know. I especially love your depiction of the lower classes and their surroundings. Why, the filth, the grubbiness, the immorality. Why, Stephen, it's perfectly accurate.
Georgia, I'm not quite in the mood for this today.
Oh, what do you mean? We've had such good sessions.
I know. My mind is elsewhere. Maybe another day?
Are you all right?
Oh, I think so.
You do know that you can trust me. If there's anything I can help you with, I'm your friend and confidant.
There's a certain matter that I need to think over.
Think over.
A matter of the heart.
Truly.
Well, I've grown very, how do I say it? Rather fond of someone, but I can't discuss it now. Please excuse me.
Could it be?
You are a model of subtlety and stealth, my dear.
What are you two doing back there?
Trying not to sneeze.
You spies, you were eavesdropping.
But you ought to be glad of, dear Georgiana.
What do you mean?
There's quite a bit going on under your roof that you're not aware of.
What are you concealing, Catherine? What else with it?
Nothing you need to worry about, Georgiana.
Believe it or not, Georgiana, your sister is trying to protect your heart.
My heart.
Yes, I know popular opinion states you haven't got one.
Will you stop these tauntings? What libelous rumors are going around that would involve my heart?
Georgiana, I am your only friend right now. The only one willing to tell you the truth.
Good. If you have something to say, then say it. I'll have none of your manipulations.
You do not wonder why dear Mr. Lockhart dismissed you so easily just now.
He did it.
Yes, he did.
But I'm sure he has his reasons.
Yes, he surely had his reasons. It had a lot to do with that little dressmaker of yours, the very pretty one.
Stop.
There are certain attractions that blind men even for poverty.
What?
Yes, Stephen is an honourable man.
Whatever his honour dictates in the matter, the fact still remains that Catherine and I overheard his declaration of affection.
Interest.
Affection. He was singing praises to that absolutely stunning little pauper. Ask Catherine, she'll tell you the same thing.
Catherine? Catherine, tell me it isn't true.
I wish I could.
It can't be! I listened to it, Stephen! It's a lie! What are you plotting?
No plot, just concern.
Ha!
Georgiana, I know this is hard for you to believe, but I'm trying to protect you in this matter. I find it a personal point of honor to shield you from harm.
What does it matter to me? Stephen is his own man, but
Georgie.
I never entertained the idea of and I see what you're thinking. You were thinking that I hope to dream. How could you possibly think that I can hope to dream?
Maybe talk about this later.
Stephen is
Georgiana.
excuse me.
You cruel man!
Would you rather I kept her in ignorance?
You never catch sleep for my sister!
And since when did you?
She's my sister! My sister! I have no feelings at all!
Emotionalism must not get in the way of our purposes.
Purposes? Since when we had purposes?
Well, nothing explicitly stated.
You've done to me. What do you mean you become?
Exactly what you wanted to become, my dear. You showed yourself as willing as I was.
You are a wretched man. And I am a wretched woman.
Not at all. You're simply upset. Do not fret, dear Catherine. Until next time.
sharp. Keep it sharp. Cut off all those that oppose you. Slice through all of their defenses.
Esther Whitefield is here to see you, Miss Georgiana.
Let her in.
Are you upset, ma'am?
It's none of your business, Mary.
Yes, ma'am.
You are late.
Oh, I'm sorry, miss.
Where's your sister?
Oh, she is very ill, miss.
Well, I'll just have to deal with you then.
We didn't expect this kind
No
of
excuses. Where's my dress?
There's been some delays.
Delays?
Oh, the sickness, miss.
If you expect me to pay you more for your time, you are mistaken. I will not be cheated.
We do not expect more.
You simply failed to meet your deadline.
Why, look at that, ma'am. We have another visitor.
Really, there's no need.
Oh, go on, sir.
What foul fate has brought you to our home? I hope to never see you again, Mr. Young. Nothing has been the same since the curse of your last visit.
I was just going to deliver this invitation. I ran into Thomas and he told me to drop it off here. I was going to invite you and your family to a meeting we're having.
You're an ignorant fool. If you think I would attend any of your spiritual circuses.
Don't try to be kinder, ma'am.
Brigham Young deserves anybody's respect.
Are you contradicting me, dressmaker?
Forgive me, miss. I didn't mean
You
to.
don't have to do this, Sister Esther.
Sister! Esther! What have you joined with these religious, this wife is?
My sister has, but I am not.
Well, at least you have some sense.
But I will.
What?
I will join them. I've decided this very moment.
Welcome.
You're a fool.
I'm not alone in my foolery.
You siren! I will have no more of you, dressmaker. You had your sister bring me my complete address immediately.
But I seriously...
You better have it to within a week or I will cut your pay to half.
We need that money.
And you better be quick about it.
Besides, she's done nothing.
Nothing. Perhaps you would like to know the character of those who follow you, Mr. Young. This young seductress tried to reach past her station into my friend Stephen Lockhart right in this very room. Do you deny it?
It wasn't like that, Mr. Young. You must believe me. It wasn't like that.
I believe you.
Why does she even know we talk?
Oh, don't look at me.
Even with all your charms and all your pretty gazes, you were quite simple to think that Stephen would last on your hooks. Your face and figure may have been cut into a fine gown, but you are still coarse and rough. And no amount of lace or pottery could ever change what you were born into.
Perhaps it is time we should leave.
Do not come back, Mr. Young. You are not welcome here. Neither of you will ever be tolerated here.
Besides,
My life has been nothing but a storm and a fury since you came into it. If there is a God, perhaps he's trying to tell me something about you and your religion.
yes, but what is it he is trying to say? God extends his hand to you today, ma'am. But if you reject it, you reject the only force that may be able to save you from the coming storm.
See him out, Mary.
Sorry about all this.
God's work is not finished in this house.
God is not welcome in this house!
Good day, Mr. Fredericks.
A better one with you leaving, I assure you, Mr. Young.
I get rid of one nuisance only to receive another. Do you wish to see Catherine,
I'm
Darrell?
here to see Thomas.
I hope you are not him for what I think you are.
I'm not.
Good. The last thing I need is you for a brother-in-law. Mary!
Yes, ma'am.
Fetch Thomas for Mr. Fredericks, will you?
So the folks want to go with the rooster as well, then, eh?
So, by the sudden interest in our camaraderie.
That is none of your business.
I suppose it's not, but I don't trust you, Darrell. I never have.
I learned never to trust anyone years ago, Georgiana. Especially women.
Ah, perhaps there's some wisdom in that. Especially this woman. Don't trust me, Darrell. Don't trust me at all.
Oh, why, hello, Darrell.
Goodbye, Darrell.
Well, how are you, Darrell?
As always, Thomas, as always.
I'm surprised you asked to see me. Have you come for my sister's hand in marriage?
Not yet.
Oh. But I never quite know what to make of you, Darrell.
As it should be, Thomas.
Oh, cloaked in mystery, I can't even think of.
I know your secrets, Thomas.
Pardon me.
I came here with the purpose. I won't small talk. taught you, you don't have to play the fool.
I thought it was well understood. This was no act.
Yes. The foppish Thomas Hyde, the fool, the clown, the highbrow fellow. Who would ever suspect that he is an embezzler?
What the devil?
I'm a businessman, Thomas. I looked into your wealth long ago.
You what?
I found out that your fortune is much more than your shipping business in Liverpool, or your family inheritance office suggests, as considerable as returns from those are.
Now, what are you doing looking at my family's
I
business?
also found out why you're giving so much attention to Miss Jane Fields. Her father is helping you embezzle, I suppose, in return for your establishing him as a respectable figure.
That's a very serious charge, sir.
Yes, it is. But it's a true charge. Your marrying his daughter will give him the credibility he has lacked. And in return, he has slowly been sucking money out of his company and into your bank coffers. Am I accurate thus far?
Your silence is illuminating. Now look here, what is it that you want?
For your continual support to my printing company, I will turn a blind eye to the corruption I have seen, and I will not report you to the authorities.
So, all of your involvement with my sister has been employed to get at me.
I want to be tied to you by blood, Thomas. I will need your unerring support no matter which of your sisters I marry.
Did you say which?
Yes. Catherine has developed a conscience. It was the last thing I suspected. At any rate, Georgiana was the one I was going for in the first place. But we saw her that way.
So you did come to see Georgiana initially?
I don't need a dunce like her.
Here, now!
A fine time for displays of moral outrage, Thomas. I can find beautiful women to fill my needs easily enough. But a wife has to be something else. Georgiana has a brain. She could be very valuable if I find whether I can use her.
So that I can submit to you?
Careful, Thomas. Wiggle as you may, you will not get out of this. I've told others of what I'm doing here, so if you're thinking of ways to trap me, know that there's more than one wolf on your trail. If you draw your sword on me, there will be a whole pack of your flesh. Let me hear you say you understand.
I understand.
Good. Keep an eye out for me. And in the meantime, we have a clear understanding, do we not? Do we not?
Yes, we do.
Good. Cheers.